It's been a thrilling quarterfinal Friday in the ACC championships. Tons of talent on display. 3 semifinal spots have been secured. North Carolina, Notre Dame, and we just saw Boston College taking care of Virginia Tech. So our 4th and final spot up for grabs here. Syracuse taking on Virginia, the number 3 seeded Orange against the number 6 seeded Cavaliers. It's a game Virginia needs to win to keep their season alive. Won't be eligible for the first time in Julie Myers' 27-year tenure for the NCAA tournament, so their backs against the wall. Hi, everybody. Alongside Sheehan Stanwyck Birch, I'm Jay Alter. Quarterfinal number 4. Who's going to earn that final spot? Syracuse, the favorite, the 3-seeded Orange team, in an eerily similar spot to where they were a year ago, Sheehan, battling through injuries, but they've proven they're still one of the toughest teams in the nation.
I think with their resilience has really stood out. Somebody goes down, a player like Emily Tyrell that's been so integral in their midfield, and different players have stepped up. And Megan Tyrell, her older sister, has really taken the charge, been phenomenal. I think this Syracuse team, even with the injuries they've had from the preseason to in-season, they've just been able to find ways to win and doing a great job of that. Kayla Trainer has been phenomenal her first year as head coach at her alma mater. Kate Mashesky, a force at the draw circle. Kimber Howard's going to need to be good in cage. Nat Smith with a great score. Syracuse, they are the favorite tonight, but look for Virginia to put up a great test.
You said it, Sheehan. First year as a head coach, first time in the ACC championships, leading a team. Kayla Trainer, she knows what it takes to win, did it as an assistant coach to win the national championship for Boston College a year ago. And on the other side, Julie Myers in year number 27 at the helm of Virginia. This is a Cavaliers team that has never missed an NCAA tournament with Julie Myers as head coach. With a loss, they will not be eligible, below 500, so their backs are against the wall. Need to find a way to win. How do they do it?
It's to start with the little things. Winning draw controls, limiting the runs. The Syracuse offense is very powerful, so figuring a way that you can contain Megan Tyrell and Emily Harris-Chuck, but it is a must-win game. So you come out here if you're UVA and you put everything on the line. You go for every 50-50 ball. You make it count, because this is a big moment. Your team, you win, you stay in, you lose, your season's done.
The good news for Virginia, they have a reliable sophomore in the draw control circle. Aubrey Williams has the Virginia record for most draw control wins in a single season, 128. ACC second team this season for Williams, going against Kate Mashesky, the junior. That's going to be a great battle in the circle.
Love seeing it. The 2 players who are great at their craft, and we'll look out for the circle players, those 2 other pairs on the circle that will fight for the 50-50 balls. When you're going against a matchup that's so strong at the draw, a lot of times the option is, if you can't win it yourself, if one person's not having dominance, get it to those outside players, make it a 50-50 ball.
Mashesky in white for Syracuse, Williams in blue for Virginia. Cavaliers need a win, not only to advance to the semifinal, but to keep their NCAA hopes alive. And you know Syracuse is geared up to try and make the semifinals a rematch with a Boston College team they lost to last week.
That ball did not go above the shoulder, so they're going to award that alternate possession. Syracuse going to get the win.
Who sets the tone for this Syracuse team?
I think it starts with Megan Tyrell. She just does an awesome job leading the offense. She was one of those players that stepped up last year, especially around this time. Always been a great scorer for the Orange. But when they had some injuries.
Attacking the cage right off the rip, the freshman Olivia Adamson opens the scoring.
And this is what you need, rowing the boat on the sideline. Just adds to the fun here, but this is what you need if you're Syracuse. You come out strong. Yeah, freshman, great job with the left hand. Look at the sliver of space here. The shooting that we've seen on display tonight has really been phenomenal. Great take, gets her 21st goal this season.
All ACC freshman team, Adamson out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Kayla Trainer describes her just a Great finisher, and well, right on cue, opens the scoring in the first 30 seconds of this game. But I'm with you on Megan Tyrell, setting the tone as well. Her little sister Emma Tyrell, also all ACC first team, but out for the remainder of the season, so it's all on Megan's shoulders. Again, as you said, second year in a row she's been in this position where injuries are going down all around her, and she's just the steady player, always delivering game in and game out.
Great pickup for Aubrey Williams. First possession has been huge. We've seen goalies get hot in this tournament. Make sure that Virginia gets a good look on cage. You don't want Syracuse to go on run. So really important to take care of the ball. The two scoring leaders, Rachel Clark and Ashlyn McGovern, are the leaders of this offense. Julie Myers telling us that they need more than them just being involved, but they're going to be the ones that UVA is going to look to.
A cut and a goal. Mackenzie Hogue, an immediate answer. And we've seen both teams tonight win a draw and immediately score.
Possessions are key. Great job, Morgan Schwab gets it into Mackenzie Hogue. A name the ACC is super familiar with, gets right in between the legs of Kimber Hauer. Beautiful connection. Mackenzie, the younger sister of the UNC legend Katie Hogue, who had a great 5 years at UNC.
Just so impressed with all the talent on display today. Our fourth quarter final in the ACC Women's Lacrosse Championship. And the ACC separated themselves as the clear-cut best conference in the country this year. And between the goalie play, and I feel like the scoring has been incredible too.
We saw Notre Dame come out so hot, shoot 10 shots, get their first 10 goals in a row. They did not miss. Their backs were against the wall. They punched their ticket into the semifinals.
Everybody is giving their best shot today, trying to keep seasons alive. Syracuse with Emily Harris-Chuck, wave off the goal, stepped in the crease.
She had a great take to the inside. You have to make sure that your feet do not enter in that circle around the goal, the crease. Virginia coming off a really important win against Virginia Tech, 18-11 victory. They have been fighting, trying to get to 500, end of the regular season, 8-8. But as we've said, this is for all the marbles. To be eligible for the NCAA tournament, you have to be above 500 or win the automatic qualifier. So must win.
Notre Dame was in the exact same position in quarterfinal number 2, and they blew the doors off of Duke. 19-11. Virginia coming out with that same fighting spirit. It's an excellent save by Kimber Hauer.
Both coaches, Julie Myers for UVA, Christine Halfpenny for Notre Dame, were not shy about it. I mean, the team knows. They know the rules to get into the NCAA tournament, but telling them, this is it. The pressure's on. We're going to embrace this.
You asked Julie Myers, is it fair? You know, the ACC is so tough. Do you really have to be above 500? You know, if your resume is good enough below 500, shouldn't you be allowed in? And she actually said, I love the rule, because you should be able to win more than half your games to earn a way into the NCAA tournament. She said, we've had 16 opportunities to get wins.
She was not looking for excuses. They obviously, with the ACC, have such a tough conference schedule. She did say the out-of-conference schedule may have been a little bit too strong. However, they didn't anticipate the amount of injuries they've had, losing Lily Cloak before the beginning of the season. Now Annie Dyson out of the lineup, Courtland Kaskin. So they've had to deal with injuries on their own end.
That's probably the biggest similarity between Syracuse and Virginia. The players that you expected to be at the top of your lineup have unfortunately gone down to injury this season. And yet they've battled through it, and new faces have stepped up, like Rachel Clark, the freshman out of Devon, Pennsylvania, 52 goals to her name. Here she is, number 5 in Navy, scores! Rachel Clark, showing why she's one of the best freshmen in the country. Her 53rd goal of the season.
Great take, the double team comes. Clark with the switch of the hands to her right. Beautiful placement of the shot. Watch this, right above the helmet of Howard, non-stick side. Very powerful drive. Excellent accuracy. Those are great numbers, and she's been marked up by some top defenders trying to limit her. Julie Myers telling us even that she may be as good of an attacker that she's ever coached. And Julie Myers has seen some of the best offensive players come through UVA. So a tremendous compliment.
Two goals in 2 minutes and 55 seconds for Virginia. Get into postseason play. Some teams just find that different intensity, that extra gear. Julie Myers' team, knowing that they need a win, have certainly brought a strong start to South Bend.
So again, another alternate possession. So both these draw takers pressing really hard against each other, but they're not getting the ball above their shoulders.
Maggie Bostain weaving through some Syracuse traffic and setting up another Virginia possession. Here's Rachel Clark. Just scored a moment ago. No angle that time. Schwab double team, passes out of it. Hogue loses the handle.
Look at Sarah Cooper fly down the field. Great display of speed.
All ACC second teamer in the Tewaaraton top 25 nominees. She's just been rock solid in the back, defending for Syracuse during her 4 years.
Great on the defensive end, but also excellent on the draw circle. Really fights hard for the ground balls.
The Orange give it away. It's been a good start for Virginia. Again, we see what Notre Dame did when their back was against the wall. It can also work the other way. Too much nerves, too much pressure. You play tight. That has not been the case. Not been the case,
and I think one of the important things is that no player feels the pressure to put the team on their back. There comes a time when you may need that, but you have to go into the game, react to what the defense is giving you, what the offense is doing, play in the same system, but just respond. Try not to let the team go and run. Everyone play their own game.
Here's Kiki Shaw.
You can hear Syracuse defense yelling, feeder, feeder, looking for the feed, coming around the back of the cage.
Morgan Schwab this time takes it herself, not a feeder on that possession. 25 assists on the season to lead Virginia, but that time a terrific goal and a 3-1 Cavaliers lead.
You wonder if Rasheed heard that as well, realized the defense is looking for me to feed. I'm going to recognize this, and I'm going to take it to Cage. You see the stutter step, gets the defender on her side. She realizes this. See that just little change of direction, the quick movement, little back and forth, gets the defender on her backside. Her hands are free for the finish. UVA with the 2-goal lead, and UVA's been shooting 3 of 4 this evening. Morgan Schwab's sophomore this year, and a player that Julie Myers has been so high on when she came last year, the number 12 recruit in the nation, just said she is going to be a big-time kid. She's able to handle the heat behind the cage and organize things.
This is a really young Virginia team. Their top contributors this season have been underclassmen.
And they've had to be because so much injuries to the leadership. 2 of the captains, Annie Dyson, Cortland Kaskin, both sidelined with injuries. And that's so hard when you have your big-time leaders out on the sideline. And they've got to fulfill a different role, lead by a different way, not their play on the field.
Syracuse scored the first goal in this game. Since then, 3 straight for Virginia. They've answered right back. Adamson, she had the opening goal 30 seconds into this game for the Orange. This is Maddie Baxter, the crafty Canadian, weaves her way in and scores. The sophomore pulls one back for Syracuse.
Great answer for Syracuse. Ball movement is key here. Carney gets a flip. Maddie Baxter with the time and room. We've got a 1-goal game.
No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in any education program or activity.
Kayla Trainer, one of the best players to ever play the sport of lacrosse, 4-time All-American in her playing days at Syracuse, then an assistant coach for the national champion Boston College Eagles a year ago. And Gary Gate moved over to the men's side, and Kayla Trainer inserted as the 3rd women's lacrosse head coach in Syracuse history, now proudly leading her alma mater. And in June, ESPN will deliver more incredible content that explores the first 50 years of Title IX and the women like Kayla Trainer, who are helping move the world forward. As we build towards June, look out for more stories like Kayla all over ESPN.
Such an amazing player, still continuing to play the game. Plays for UNC coach Jenny Levy on the U.S. national team. And I've loved talking to some of her players, that just what she brings to the game, just still being an active player, and her mind. She was excellent teaching the draw control, so crafty.
And Charlotte North credits Kayla Trainer with taking her game to the next level.
It's amazing. I mean, and she really did.
We saw Charlotte North and Boston College advance, book their spot in Sunday's semifinal. North Carolina, Notre Dame, the other 2 semifinalists looking for one more. Will it be Virginia to keep their season alive, or the 3-seed favorite Syracuse? It's incredible when you have a conference tournament like this one, and the top 3 teams in the country are your top 3 seeds in North Carolina, Boston College, and Syracuse. And then you got everybody else fighting to try and get into the NCAA tournament, a place that Virginia has never missed under Julie Myers' tenure, 27-year run. Gotta win today to stay eligible. They're playing like it. Hair on fire.
We're gonna see a 3 seconds violation. So good crisp ball movement. And UVA is able to catch Syracuse in 3 seconds. That's when that defender is in that 8-meter area for more than 3 seconds without being within a stick's length of a player. Intent is to prevent crowding.
This is Morgan Schwab, already 1 goal, 1 assist to her name tonight. One-on-one with Howard, steps in, rings it off the pipe.
And that was unbelievable. That had a lot of speed coming off the pipe. Goes right into Rachel Clark's stick. She's able to draw the shooting space foul. Sets him up for another 8-meter.
Take another look.
Oh, so close. This game could be a matter of inches.
Clark was in perfect position for the rebound, and she scores. Rachel Clark stings the corner. 2 goals already on the night for the superstar freshman.
Coach Julie Myers has to be happy with this start for UVA. Clark, watch her explode, different shot. This is all the things that you can learn as a player watching the game. You see 1 8-meter with just a step and fire. Clark opts to take it in. She gets the score, and you see the excitement from head coach Julie Myers.
Rachel Clark's 54th goal of the season, which sets a new single-season freshman goal record, passing Amy Appelt in 2002.
That is impressive. Amy Appelt and so many great attackers through that UVA program. That record's been held since 2002.
20 years.
Amazing. Amy Appelt, now the head coach at UMBC. Amy Appelt Slade now. So that's a huge milestone for Rachel Clark.
More than anything, she just wants her team to win, survive to play another day, not only earn a spot in the semifinals, but become eligible for the NCAA tournament with a win. Clark in attack mode again, this time dispossessed. Here's Maddie Baxter with a head of steam, already has a goal to her name tonight. Syracuse has yet to settle into an offensive flow.
It doesn't feel like it's been on their side of the field much at all in this first quarter. They've been able to get those 2 quick goals, but just not much of a rhythm.
Harris-Chuck goes low and scores. Emily Harris-Chuck seemingly stronger and stronger with each week, pulls Syracuse back within 1.
We're seeing some of that Syracuse weave offense. Coach Kayla Trainer likes to call it the give and go offense, but you see when those players go in one direction with the flip passes, causes the defense to rotate, opens up spacing. You give Harris-Chuck time and room, she will deliver and score. Coming back from an ACL tear, she was one of those players that did not play last year. It was a huge loss for the Syracuse team. In her 6th year now, and she has been breaking records, broke Kayla Trainer's record at Syracuse for the all-time career points leader, and each game she's getting stronger. When we talk to opposing coaches, everyone knows how dangerous Emily Harris-Chuck can be, but they all will say, gosh, she's getting better and better each game. So hard to come back for some of those knee injuries, and it's an injury that we see all too often in the sport of women's lacrosse.
2 teams that are shooting lights out to start this game. Virginia, 4 of 6. Syracuse, 3 of 4.
So what am I gonna say? They need to keep shooting, right? They gotta keep putting, when you are hot, keep on going.
I mean, if this first quarter is any indication, these 2 teams are gonna go punch for punch until the final possession. Not much to separate them so far. In a really fun first quarter. We've been waiting for that really close game today. You know, all the winners, North Carolina, Notre Dame, and Boston College, went ahead in that opening quarter and kind of kept their opponent at arm's length for the course of the game.
There was a little bit of runs, but you're right. The team that ended up winning just always had enough separation that it never felt like it was going to go back and forth.
Here's Megan Tyrell, her first touch of the night. And now Nat Smith trying to spin her way free, earns a free position. Talented sophomore out of St. Anthony's on Long Island.
She's one of those players that's really stepped up with Emma Tyrell being out. Tyrell just having knee surgery, so she didn't make the trip here.
One-on-one with Ashley Vernon, missed it. Backed up by Syracuse though. Here's Megan Tyrell curling around the cage, trying to get those hands free. Give and go with Meg Carney. How many times have we seen that? The Megan connection, Carney to Tyrell to tie it at 4.
It's great to see the Meg show back in action. I like this play here with Megan Tyrell. Looked like she had an opportunity to get a shot or work for one when she was driving, but instead she opts for the give and go, which gives herself a much better angle. Gets that over to Meg Carney. They've got such a great connection and chemistry. They give it right back. Beautiful give and go score. 2 goals in just a minute for Syracuse. And Megan Tyrell gets her 64th goal this season.
I think because of just how amazing they've been over the course of their entire careers, Charlotte North and Jamie Ortega get a lot of the accolades. Love the orange wig we've got here in South Bend. But Ortega and North, they get a lot of the accolades because the career numbers are so overwhelming. But if you look at the last 2 seasons in isolation, Megan Tyrell has just been just as strong in terms of statistics as Ortega and North.
She's in my top 5 for a Tewaaraton finalist right now. I do think a lot of the consideration for that award should be how you do in your conference tournament, how you do in the NCAA tournament, but she's done so much for this team.
All tied at 4. Less than 4 minutes to play in this first quarter.
They're calling a hold on UVA, so that's going to go to Syracuse.
Syracuse scored the first goal, then Virginia scored 3 in a row. Now the Orange has battled back to tie it up at 4. This is Megan Carney. Last 7 games, she's been questionable day to day, week to week. Finally feels like herself, finally getting healthy at the right time in postseason play. Harris Chuck denied. Great save. Ashley Vernon. Her first stop of the night, and it's a big one.
Both goalies with 1 save apiece. Everything pretty much even right now. Syracuse with a 1 draw control edge, 5-4. I think it's worked well when Virginia has looked to go for the isolation play.
Ashley McGovern, the spin cycle, denied by Syracuse. This Orange defense has been tested early. They've caused 3 turnovers. Sarah Cooper in transition, lost the handle, and now Mackenzie Hogan. Virginia has it. Wide open up ahead, Morgan Schwab one-on-one and scores! The sophomore confidently takes it in and fires Virginia back in front.
Mark that goal. Unbelievable fight to cause the turnover if they lost it on the offensive end. And Morgan Schwab is off to the races. Beautiful job with the placement. Howard comes and meets her head's on a swivel. She gives a quick feint. You see how much Howard comes up high in the crease. Schwab shoots the back of the net, does not get rattled, and the sophomore gets her 20th goal this season.
Second of the night to go along with 1 assist. Every goal scored tonight for Virginia by either a sophomore or a freshman. The future is bright, and that's one thing for sure for the Cavaliers, but they want their present to keep on going.
You put so much effort into being a Division I athlete, so much time put in from preparing over the summer to come into school, to fall ball, the winter workouts, the season starts the beginning of February. You don't want it to end. You get so many connections, and it's hard to think that this could be your last game, and that's what Virginia's up to right now. They need to win to have their season advance, and you win today, and you let your season go on for a few more days to a couple more weeks, depending on how far you get into the NCAA tournament. But to give themselves a chance, they need a win. Great win by Kate Mishewski for Syracuse.
Yeah, you see it there. Cavaliers must win today to stay eligible for the NCAA tournament. Teams below 500 cannot qualify. Syracuse has won the last 3 draw controls.
Four different scores for Syracuse.
One of them's Megan Tyrell, has it here, feeds it inside. Adamson's fouled. All right, Sam Swart actually inside, the senior. So she'll head to the 8-meter with an opportunity to tie this game at 5.
B goes the inside. Watch the extension of the arms. Good call by the official.
Swart, the veteran, All-ACC second-teamer this season. And her 5th year playing for the Orange. One-on-one with Ashley Vernon in cage for the Cavaliers. Charges in, cuts, and scores! Sam Swart ties it at 5. 10 goals in this opening quarter. Fireworks in our 4th quarter final at South Bend.
And Syracuse gets its 5th different goal scorer as Sam Swart explodes off the 8-meter. Instead of just running in on a straight line, she hesitates, cuts to the inside, smart move to evade the defensive pressure, and then shoots non-stick side to get that past Ashley Vernon. Great look here, watch her head. Beautiful job, not what the defense is expecting. If you're the defenders on the side, you're just thinking, I want to run at an angle, get my stick in the passing lane, not thinking or anticipating that the offensive player is going to cut to the inside.
All tied at 5 between Syracuse and Virginia. After 3 more or less lopsided quarterfinals, this one appears like it's going to go to the final possession. Not much to separate these two teams. Tons of talent on display in the ACC all day long. We've been playing lacrosse since noon. In the best conference in the country. Tons of contact, finally a whistle.
Ashley Vernon banging the pipe.
Yeah, will they, yep, 8-meter. Sometimes when it's in between, they'll back you up to the 12-meter. This time they place Baxter forward to the 8-meter. Bouncer over, backed up by Meg Carney. A little more than 30 seconds to work with at the end of this opening quarter. Tyrell, quick pass, Carney to finish. The Meg show rolls on at the end of this first quarter, and Meg Carney gives the Orange the advantage.
Having fun, it's great to have the energy in the nightcap game. Olivia Addison, Tyrell to Carney for the finish. You can see the excitement there, so glad to be playing back together again. Megan Carney, number 22, another one of those players coming back from an ACL injury. great score as this first quarter winds down.
We saw Carney assist to Tyrell earlier. This time Tyrell repays the favor.
"24 seconds up, plenty of time for a team to get a great shot off."
Syracuse in full attack mode. 15 seconds to work with. Clock continues to run. Down to under 5 seconds, confusion. And ball back to Virginia. Chaotic sequence to end this first quarter, but plenty of goals. Our fourth quarter final of the ACC Championship, delivering on the offensive front. Fun start, 6-5 Orange lead. Started in the ACC Women's Lacrosse Championship. Only 4 will remain in our semifinals on Sunday. It starts 1 p.m. Eastern Time right here on ACC Network. Shane Stanwick-Birch, Jay Alter with you. We had Dana Boyle on the sideline. She'll be back with us on Sunday. You look at Julie Myers, what she has accomplished in the ACC. 5 conference titles in her 27 years. Such a storied career. This is the first time that she could miss out on the NCAA tournament. 27 years, she made it 26 years in a row, but if they lose tonight, they'll have to sit at home and watch with everybody else.
A lot on the line, such an amazing career. 5 ACC titles, 2004 national championship. And you see the list of names that were alongside of her. Jenny Levy with the 6 ACC titles, and Kathy Reese and Cindy Timshaw with her times, and Maryland when Maryland was in the ACC. Now Maryland, a big rival of these guys in the Big Ten. Still a rival, just different conference. But just amazing the success that the Virginia program has had. And these players, they want to be fighting for the NCAA. They all came here to win a national championship.
I'm thinking that the numbers we just showed you, Jenny Levy's got 6, right? Well, she's won the last 5. So only 1 before 5 years ago. Now 5 straight ACC championships. You know, North Carolina looking to keep that dynasty together and win 6 in a row.
BC, as we've been told by Coach Acacia Walker-Weinstein, they want to win their first ACC championship. They won the national championship last year, but they've not gotten the ACC championship title.
It is kind of bizarre that, you know, all 9 teams come here to South Bend, Indiana. No one's going to leave a champion. You're just going to leave a finalist, and then the 2 teams will play next weekend at the higher seed as the home site to determine who will win the championship.
Beautiful double team.
Rachel Clark passes out of it. Foul called. It'll send Braden Dial, the senior out of New Canaan, Connecticut, transfer from Davidson to the 8-meter.
Oh, a false start. That's an unfortunate. But actually, officials, okay, they're getting this ball ready to be restarted, so you have to wait for the officials' whistle when you're that offensive player. It's a bit unfortunate when the defense false starts, they just restart it. But if you're the offensive player with the ball, it's a change of possession.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
A lot of coaches don't like that rule at all.
Syracuse running the signature weave at the top. Space for Sam Swart, denied. Great save by Ashley Vernon, her second of the night.
Nina Garfinkel for UVA has been tasked to face guard Megan Tyrell, so trying to deny getting her the ball.
So Virginia gets the stop they needed. Now an opportunity to tie this game back up at 6. McGovern draws the whistle, shooting space. And McGovern's been quiet tonight. Senior with 52 goals to her name over the course of the season. ACC first teamer this year. And rides in on a 25-game goal streak. Trying to keep it intact here on the free position. McGovern steps in. It stings the corner. Ashley McGovern ties this game at 6.
Beautiful shot from the 8 meters, making her presence known, tying this ball game. McGovern, the 5th year, led Virginia in points last season in 2021. The power, the offensive player has the edge here, taking these 8-meter shots. Look at just the power she generates from her legs, gets her stick behind her back, and rips that in there. Trying to fire up her team. "26 straight games with a goal. A model of consistency for this Virginia team. One of the lone veteran leaders still left playing. So many of them injured this season. And all tied up for the 3rd time tonight. Not much to separate these two teams in our 4th and final ACC Championship quarterfinal. Winner of this game joins North Carolina, Notre Dame, and Boston College in our semifinal Sunday. Beautiful pickup for Mackenzie Hogue. And we're gonna see a yellow card being issued to Syracuse for a check to the head.
Take another look.
So look at Hogue here, watch this. All across the neck and body area. Nat Smith will be headed to the sideline now. She will be out for up to 2 minutes.
First woman up opportunity in this game. And Virginia's coaching staff making it very clear, slow things down. Let's be patient on this possession. Get the right shot, not the first shot.
You can see them looking around. Julie Myers and her coaching staff just motioning to settle down. Waiting for the right play to be called in.
I feel like I've time traveled to the no longer shot clock era on this possession.
Thank goodness those days are far behind us. Now they're in attack mode, starting to move.
40 seconds left on the shot clock. And Rachel Clark draws shooting space, and that's who you want at the 8-meter. Virginia's star freshman and leading scorer on the season. Earlier tonight, she set the single-season freshman goal record for Cavaliers program history. And just like that, Rachel Clark notches her hat trick and fires Virginia back in front.
Clark are already having some big-time goals. This one, she gets the score when they're warming up, exploding off the 8-meter. Watch her first step. She just gets off very tightly. Great quick stick work. Keeps her stick by her ear. Nice little quick fake. And slips it right past Kimber Howard. You can see Howard jumping up and down. When you see that whiz by your ear as a goalie, you just want that one back.
Second in the country for freshman Rachel Clark, 55 goals, good enough for a UVA freshman record for goals scored in a season. And Virginia's done a nice job in the second quarter, getting to the 8-meter. Their last 2 goals, both off free positions. Sometimes that's the best way to create offense.
I mean, we talk about how important it is to be successful on the 8-meter. And if you're going to draw fouls, it's one way if you're having a hard time getting to the inside of the 8-meter, getting good looks on cage. If you can draw those fouls and score on them, it's so important. The national leader in free position goals is none other than Charlotte North at Boston College. And she could do a clinic on how she's able to score, just so strong.
I would attend that clinic.
A lot of people want to know how she generates so much power. So strong. We're working on trying to get her shot clock. We want to know how fast she shoots it because it is electrifying to watch.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have that for you for the semifinals on Sunday. I think it's got to be over 90 miles per hour.
It looks like it. She is amazing. We saw a lot of hard shots today. One of them, the freshman from Virginia Tech, Olivia Vergano, had some amazing rockets.
Syracuse's 5th turnover. Virginia struggling with the clear. Double team comes in. Devin Whitaker runs out of trouble.
Good composure there. If she had opted to pass right there, there's too many white jerseys, and it's very likely that that would have gotten blocked. So ran into open space and then dishes it out.
Syracuse getting the better of Virginia at the draw control circle, 9-6, but Virginia winning this game 7-6. How have they done it?
It's really just efficient shooting. 8 shots on goal. And then you look at the scoreboard here, just delivering with 7 goals. So very efficient when they've had looks on cage.
Inches away from another goal there. Rang off the pipe. It'll stay with Virginia. Cavaliers ball. Shot clock does reset to 60.
UVA looking to set up a play. Looks like this is going to start from behind the cage. Look for a crease roll or feed to the inside. This makes it tough for the off-ball defensive players. You need to see the ball. You also need to see where your girl you're guarding is. You got to see both.
Curling around the cage, trying to get the hands free. 8 seconds to shoot. Here's Kiki Shaw. How did she do it? With the shot clock winding down, Kiki Shaw goes lefty and beats Kimber Howard. Virginia up by 2.
Great to see Kiki Shaw back in the lineup. She was battling some injuries. And look at this rocket, not much of an angle. Syracuse thought they had forced her out to a low angle, if not any shot to be taken, but Shaw defies that. Great take and rip as she falls to the ground as the shot clock expires.
Nineteenth goal of the season. I'll tell you what, this Virginia team, you can feel it on that sideline. They want to keep this season alive.
Unbelievable heart and hustle. We saw it in the Notre Dame game. Similar energy that you're seeing with the way they started the game, the way they're responding.
Both Notre Dame and Virginia entered the ACC championship 8-8. So a loss in the quarterfinal, you're 8-9. below 500 can't qualify for the NCAA tournament. We saw Notre Dame win earlier, so now they're eligible. And you think they're in, right?
I mean, it's a long way to go. We still have a couple more weeks of conference tournament, so they give themselves a chance, which is all you want. You want to be considered.
What about Virginia?
Well, I think just to go back to Notre Dame, a win against Duke really helps them. That is a quality win. And for Virginia, when you look at their resume, the strength of schedule is huge. And if they can beat Syracuse, who has so many wins, that's another huge quality win. So then it comes down to comparing teams. Like if Virginia beats them, you can compare them to Duke and who gets in over that. It's going to be a fight, but what you want to do is put yourself give themselves a reason to let you into the tournament. Make the case.
Syracuse has only taken one shot in this second quarter.
You can see Megan Tyrell, number 18 in white, being face guarded. Good flip, trying to get her possession. I like her being involved in the offense. I think Syracuse should work hard so she can get possession.
Right on the money. Tyrell beats the face guard and scores. Her second goal of the night, and Syracuse cuts the deficit in half.
I like that move by the Syracuse offense, making sure that Tyrell, their leader in scoring, gets touches. She gets a quick stick attempt. And Virginia's with the lead. It's 8-7. Welcome back to Arlada Stadium, where UVA's got the edge on Syracuse 8-7. And Virginia freshman Rachel Clark, number 5, has been a star. 3 goals in this evening and keep Virginia's hopes alive for their postseason to continue. Beautiful score for the freshman, setting records in a UVA jersey.
Yeah, now she's the single-season leading scorer for a freshman in a Virginia uniform. Let's take a look at the resume. We were talking about it before the break. What really hurts the Cavaliers is that 0-7 versus the RPI top 12. Well, guess what? With a win against Syracuse, that changes. That's the resume win that could be the difference come to an at-large bid.
A big win against Syracuse also bumps the RPI off, but you look at a strength of schedule, which is huge at number 3, and that's the most troubling thing for me when I look at a team like UVA. They play such a strong schedule, and then you end up being 8-8, so you almost get punished for playing such a great schedule. And you look at their losses. They lost to Maryland, lost to Princeton, lost to BC, Syracuse, Duke, and North Carolina. So it's, they've done a really good job, but they may not be considered if they don't make it over 500. So it's a tough battle, but we talked to Julie Myers about it. She was not going to make any excuses. She said we've had 16 chances to get over 500. We've got her to do her job on Friday night, and they are all in it for a win tonight.
Well, they've made the NCAA tournament all 26 years that Julie Myers has been the head coach of Virginia, trying to keep that streak intact. They control an 8-7 lead. They're winning this second quarter 3-1. It's funny, Virginia's had 5 players take a shot. All 5 of those players have scored.
And that's one of the keys that Coach Julie Myers was telling us before this game, that they had to have more players step up on their offense. It can't just be Rachel Clark and Ashley McGovern.
They've waited to initiate their attack as well, about 35 seconds into the shot clock before they really get going.
And part of the reason for that might just be trying to take Syracuse out of a rhythm. And we both have said it hasn't felt like the ball's been on Syracuse's end of the field that much. It makes the defense get a little bit impatient. We're going to see a foul issued called for a check across the body.
Not a great angle here for Morgan Schwab. She'll likely pass out of this.
Smart move. If you don't have a good angle, opt to just hold on to possession and reset.
20 seconds to shoot. Both benches will let you know it. And And now 10. Schwab, great pass, the finish. Rachel Clark buries another. Her 4th goal of the night gives Virginia a 2-goal edge.
Beautiful play. I like how they move Morgan Schwab up top here. She looks to go, she doesn't have it, but then she drills the pass inside to Rachel Clark. Excellent job. Clark recognizing her defender was going to double team. She sees the head turn. She gets in a position to receive the ball and score. 2-goal separation now for UVA.
For a freshman to show up with her season on the line in the biggest stage she's ever been on, what does that say about Rachel Clark?
Well, she's had to step into a leadership role. We've talked about how the injuries to this UVA and to come into a game like this when your season's on the line is huge, and it goes without saying that she could be one of the best to wear this UVA jersey already, breaking records as a freshman. And Julie Myers, who's seen some of the best players come through in all of lacrosse, saying that she's maybe one of the best players she's coached, or as good as anyone she's coached coming from the attack position.
ACC Freshman of the Year?
Gosh, there's a lot. That's a really hefty award, but I think she's showing that she definitely deserves to be one of those final names. She's been one of my favorite players that I've seen all season long. She really stands out when you watch a team.
Virginia has controlled the tempo of this game. And this is a pace that Syracuse does not want to play at.
We've seen how they've just taken the possession clock, working the ball around, then getting into a real rhythm with their motion.
And extremely efficient shooting the ball. 10 shots on goal, 9 goals. Only 1 save for Kimber Hauer.
They're doing a little flip passing up top. Beautiful pass inside.
Yeah, that looks like Syracuse. Couldn't keep it in. McGovern failed to corral it. Ball back to the Orange. 4:30 remaining in this second quarter, trailing by 2. Here's Harris Chuck. Bouncer just missed.
Looks like an isolation play from behind.
All eyes on Tyrell. Freed up Maddie Baxter, who earns a free position.
When you attack from behind the cage and then swing the ball up top, it's a good opportunity to try to look for those shooting space fouls. Baxter gets put on the 8-meter. 1 of 3 tonight shooting off the 8-meter for Syracuse.
Does not go to goal.
What a double team and pick up. Mackenzie Hogue on the run.
You expect the Cavaliers to slow this down. That's the way they've been playing tonight.
Shot clock starts at 90 seconds, and we've been seeing them let this clock get down to that 30-second mark, working it around. Syracuse opting to stay back, not forcing them into any shots. UVA timeout.
Julie Myers wants to discuss things. 3 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in this first half. Love the way that Julie Myers' team has come out and competed tonight with their season on the line. A loss would make them below 500 and eligible for the NCAA tournament. Outscoring Syracuse 4-1 in this quarter. What's been the difference?
You know, I think it's just Virginia maintaining the tempo, really controlling the time of possession. They've been trying to keep Emily Harris-Shuck quiet. She's just got one goal. I'd say that goal, that they've checked that mark. She hasn't been able to really fire off too many shots. And Megan Tyrell, they wanted to put pressure on her, but not too much to force her to go to goal. She's got 2 goals and assists, and they've had more of a supporting cast. You look at the people scored. Rachel Clark's been sensational, 4 goals as the freshman. Morgan Schwab, 2 goals. Kiki Shaw with a goal. Mackenzie Hogue and Ashley McGovern also chipping in 1. So a real team effort.
And we've seen 11 different goal scorers in this game between the 2 teams. Just can't say it enough. If you're a lacrosse fan, go back on the ESPN Plus app or try and find these games. I'm sure they'll replay on the ACC network. Tape them, watch them in the offseason. If you're a young player that wants to learn the game, watch the 4 quarterfinals today in the ACC. This is the best talent in the country on display.
Amazing, some of the best coaching minds as well. Seeing how teams adjust. And it's fun when you compare them to the regular season matchups to see some of the differences, how teams have changed people in different positions.
You mentioned the regular season. Syracuse won that matchup 17-11. Again, teams change, they evolve. And Virginia's been the better team in this first half. Certainly in this second quarter, they've got the advantage 4-1. They've nosed in front by 2.
Important to note also in that regular season game, Emma Tyrell was a factor in it. 3 goals, 2 assists. She's now been sidelined with an injury for the Syracuse Orange. Clark again back on the 8-meter.
Already with 4 goals to her name today. Rachel Clark, too much on that one. Syracuse backs it up.
Good hustle. Virginia's got to have backup on that.
Megan Tyrell has the lone goal in the second quarter for Syracuse. They've struggled to find an offensive rhythm in this game. Only attempted 3 shots this entire quarter. Here's Megan Tyrell. Always has an answer. Trying to find one now. Triple teamed, scoops out of it. This is Megan Carney.
She wants an ISO up top.
Double team collapses, runs into traffic, loses the ball.
That's not the right move there. The entire team moved over to the right-hand side. She's either got to dodge left to where there's open space on the turf, or teammates need to overload on the other way. So we've got a great stick in the passing lane. Harris-Shuck. Beautiful pressure on the ride. Harris-Shuck won the ball back.
They give it to her. Emily Harris-Shuck spins through the double team and scores! What a goal! Emily Harris-Shuck. One possession on the ride and then cashed in with what should be a SportsCenter top 10 play.
That's what a leader does. Megan Carney gets it back to Harris-Shuck after she fought so hard to get possession. No idea how she splits the defense there. Somehow gets her stick free, doesn't get called, doesn't charge at all, splits through the defense cleanly, maintains possession, and beautiful sidearm shot, starring that goal right there. That's a difference maker.
59th goal of the season. The all-time leading scorer in Syracuse program history, passing her now head coach Kayla Trainer earlier this season. Just makes plays game after the game that make you go, wow.
Really does. I mean, she's been phenomenal, and battling back from that knee injury, it's hard to get back to your old self, and the expectations were so high for her to come back this season, and she's gotten better and stronger each game. all-time leader in goals scored for this Syracuse program, breaking that trainer record, as you mentioned, of 260.
And Syracuse with a chance to tie this game at 9 right before halftime. Critical draw control win. I'd get the ball right back to Harris, Chuck. Why not?
She is willing herself in this game. You could tell she wanted that ball back. She makes that cause turnover. She wanted possession.
Harris, Chuck has it. In attack mode, this time dispossessed.
Great ground ball pickup.
Eight turnovers for Syracuse in this first half.
It's gonna stay Ashley Vernon's ball. She's gonna opt just to hold on to possession as the clock ticks down.
I think Virginia will be very happy to take a lead into halftime, a game they need to win to keep their season alive.
Rachel Clark, 4 goals in this first half. Been so stellar.
Now Virginia trying to earn an upset win. That final spot in Sunday's semifinals, a 9-8 lead at the half. Nearing 10 straight hours of lacrosse nonstop fun here at the ACC Women's Lacrosse Championship quarterfinal. Virginia's got the lead on 3-seeded Syracuse 9-8. She and Stanward Burge channels are with you. Also, shout out to Rachel, Dallin, and Dana doing an awesome job in our all-ACC studio. It's been a terrific day in the ACC for lacrosse. You know, Rachel Clark, the freshman for Virginia, has really set the tone in this game. 4 of the Cavaliers' 9 goals.
And those 4 goals on 5 shots. She's been electric, exploding off the 8-meter, finishing extremely well. Just explosive. Schwab here with a dish inside and Clark with another finish. This Virginia offense has been deliberate. They've been working the ball, but then you've got Emily Harris-Schuck, who is not going to let Syracuse fall behind. She has been a go-to player. 2 goals, 1 assist, including this beautiful one off a cause turnover that she created. Syracuse in the 1-goal deficit. Virginia with their backs against the wall. They need this game to win.
And Syracuse has made a change in goal. Number 2, Delaney Schweitzer is in place of Kimber Hauer, who only made 1 save in that first half. So Kayla Trainer trying to get something going. You always say it, Sheena, a goalie change can motivate the whole team.
Just has them respond. You get a different voice in back of the net. Sometimes it can be because of the way the goalie's playing. Other times it can be a spark to the defense. And this Syracuse team has utilized 2 goalies throughout the season. Kimber Hauer had earned that starting job as of late. Delaney Schweitzer's played in 12 games of this season.
So we've said it over and over again, but it's worth repeating one more time as we get set for this second half. Virginia needs a win to keep their season alive. They've got the lead. How do they get this to the finish line?
They just need to keep on doing what they've been doing on offense, and that's being deliberate. They've been working the ball around. They've taken Syracuse. It does not seem like they've had the ball in their offensive end. Either Syracuse goes down and they quickly score, or there's some type of turnover, or Virginia's got possession of it. Where Virginia works until about the 30-second mark on the clock. We've been seeing the trend of this, and then they start to go into attack mode, and they've been extremely efficient. 9 of 13 shooting.
Yeah, only have taken 13 shots and yet scored 9 goals.
Yellow card being issued. This is a check across the body here. Let's take a look. Haley Simpkins being awarded the yellow card. Slowly making her way to the sideline.
Ashlyn McGovern, who steps up for the 8-meter opportunity. 2 for 4 on free positions tonight. If you want to pull an upset in the postseason, you got to make your free positions off the pipe.
And that's a false start. Official's going to discuss this one.
So this is very interesting. Usually when we've seen teams be woman up with a free position, they'll pass out of it, continue the kill clock, try and get the right shot, not the first shot. Instead, McGovern decided to shoot it. She missed.
We'll see all setting fouls here.
And it'll be Syracuse ball.
So it's going to go to alternate possession.
So now the Orange can kill this woman up.
They can do their best. You see the possession clock still in effect at 87 seconds. But not at all how Virginia wanted to handle that woman up. Virginia will get whistled for that check across the body. So interesting, we've seen teams, Syracuse now playing a player down. We'll see what Virginia decides to do defensively. Do they send the double team, they've got an extra player, or do they just hang back and let Syracuse wind down the clock?
Now, Virginia's dictated the tempo of this game. Usually Syracuse is the team that wants to play fast. Virginia has really slowed it down, made the Orange play at their speed. So I think they're comfortable to just sit back, let that clock continue to tick down, and keep the tempo slow.
And you see that right now, 6 Syracuse players against 7 Virginia blue shirts. They're not opting to double team. They've got the extra defender down there. They'll be happy if Syracuse works this ball around. They're going to call that a pass.
And I think it was.
Yeah, so that's a big win. So 35 seconds on the woman up.
So if you're the Cavaliers, do you attack woman up? Or do you do what you've done all day, which is slow things down, take time off the shot clock?
I think you try to get a goal here. This is your best opportunity. Get down on their offensive end, start to push it, try to look for something.
That's exactly what Rachel Clark does. Missed it, but backed up. 10 seconds with an extra woman on the field. Back to even strength. Virginia gives it away. Harris-Chuck has it for Syracuse. Galloping forward. Draws the foul.
Again, it's that check across the body, slows Harris-Chuck down.
Restart from the 12-meter. Scoreless through 4 minutes to start this third quarter. Midway through the shot clock. Megan Tyrell, who Virginia's face guarded all night long. Flips it to Harris-Chuck. 30 seconds to work with. Tyrell, the give and go! Megan Tyrell ties it at 9.
I love how Megan Tyrell is staying active, trying to be denied the ball. She is working hard off ball, and her teammates are looking for her. She comes across the crease on the backside and gets herself wide open and delivers. So efficient. Behind the cage here, the flip happens. She's trying to be denied the ball here, but she comes off with a full head of steam. You can see the separation between her and her defender. She's got about a foot there. Takes the pass on the run, the quick fake there, makes the goalie move and freeze, and then she's able to slip that one in. 66th goal of this season.
97 points on the season now. Nearing that 100 mark. She would only be the 3rd player in Syracuse history to have 100 or more points in back-to-back seasons. Katie Rowan and Alyssa Murray, the 2 others. Funny enough, Kayla Traynor never did it. Only 1 season with 100 points or more.
So many great names in the Syracuse program. This is the 5th tie of the game. You said at the beginning you felt this was going to be punch for punch, battling back and forth. See the setup here that both players trying to jockey for position.
Jump ball on the draw. And it's won by Syracuse. Back-to-back goals for the Orange to tie this game at 9. Great trail check. Excellent job by Aubrey Williams to not give up. Plenty of speed. Maggie Bostain trying to go the distance.
She's so fun to watch, so fast, gets bumped, but able to maintain possession there.
North Carolina, Notre Dame, Boston College. 3 teams that have secured their spot in Sunday's semifinal. Will it be Virginia? Will it be Syracuse for that 4th spot in the ACC Women's Lacrosse Championship semis? Virginia wants it to be them. Mackenzie Hogue doing her part. 2nd goal of the night for the sophomore. And it fires Virginia back in front.
Big goal for Mackenzie Hogue. Starts down with this beautiful check here. Williams is able to come on possession after Syracuse had won the draw control. Rachel Clark up top, a lot of focus has been on her as a goal scorer. She gets it inside to Hogue. You see the excitement there. Well, Hogue gets her 24th goal this season.
You know the Virginia players are aware of the fact that their season is over with a loss, and they need a win to be eligible for the NCAA tournament. Do you think they're aware that this would be the first time that Julie Myers wouldn't make it?
Yes, because we've been saying it a lot, and that the national
True.
news is also, and you want to play for your coach, somebody you get recruited by. You know the history of this Virginia program, and you don't want to be the class that doesn't make it in. So I'm sure they're well aware of it and don't want to have too much pressure.
Well, why I asked is because I just get the feeling that they're rallying around the Hall of Fame head coach. You know, in a game of inches, sometimes it's that extra motivation that could be the X factor and decide a game. Syracuse wins the draw. They're just playing at a different tempo. Usually Syracuse just goes right to goal. And tonight, just slowing it down more often than you've seen from the Orange team of late. Still a high-scoring game for a tempo being played at this speed, but it's a tempo that certainly favors Virginia. A lot of contact, yep.
Syracuse will be put on the 8-meter, and a lot of the fouls you hear the whistles about are about just over-aggressiveness. It's about player safety. Only equipment being worn are the goggles. So any overly aggressive check into the body, even though it's considered a non-contact sport, there's a lot of contact in the game of women's lacrosse.
Here's Natalie Smith. Couldn't get her hands free at the crucial moment. Backed up by the Orange, though. Megan Tyrell will restart it behind the cage. Has a step and uses it. Megan Tyrell again. Her 4th goal of the night. And that is the 6th time we've been tied. As you said it, there's just not much to separate these two teams.
I mean, unbelievable punch for punch, battling back. Megan Tyrell has her own fan club. She has been phenomenal. You know, her ability to use the defender when she's behind the cage to get her on her side. She creates a separation. She stops for a little bit, hesitation, gets herself free. Look at her absorb the contact. She's getting completely pushed from behind and to the side. She's still able to dice through the defense and get the score. It's like the game slows down for her when the ball's in her stick. When she's going to cage, she reads where her defenders are. One of the best to wear this Syracuse orange uniform.
And I think should be right in the tour time conversation alongside Jamie Ortega and Charlotte North. Tyrell, 4 shots, 4 goals, and the last one has tied this game for the 6th time tonight. Just get the feeling this is going to come down to the final possession.
Unbelievable. This Megan Tyrell, she's been shooting 64% on the season. You see that on display tonight. 100% tonight with her shooting, but she is being guarded, tightly guarded, trying to be denied the ball. She's not getting many easy shots in there, but she makes it look so easy and is so effective.
The last time Syracuse led was 6-5. An opportunity to nose in front and take the lead on this possession midway through the 3rd quarter. Megan Carney down the left alley, cuts in and buries it. Megan Carney gives Syracuse back the lead.
Carney gets a goal in the first quarter, has been silent until now. She makes her presence known, gets to the inside, beautiful score and finish, and Syracuse now's got the lead.
Take a look at our ACC championship bracket. Semifinal Sunday shaping up to be a dandy. North Carolina, Notre Dame is our first semifinal, then Boston College awaiting the winner of Syracuse, Virginia. Terrific, terrific week for the sport of women's lacrosse. And I've been saying all day long, for the last 10 hours, this is the best conference in the country. Well, Lacrosse Reference actually says Big Ten is going to get 5.5 bids compared to the ACC only projected for 4.1. Here's the problem, Lacrosse Reference. You're only giving Notre Dame entering the day a 3% chance of making it. They beat Duke. I think that puts them in. If Virginia beats Syracuse, they'll be eligible. They could get in. This could still be a 6-bid ACC, and you have to factor in the fact that the top 3 teams in the country right now are all in the ACC. Number 1, North Carolina. Number 2, BC. And this number 3 Syracuse team.
And they're also, they're doing this off percentages. So right now they're looking at a team like Virginia that's 8-8. With a loss, they can't be eligible. So I think they have to factor that in. But with an upset win, completely different. And Notre Dame, no one thought that they were going to believe Duke, except probably that Notre Dame team. They weren't going to be eligible unless they won that game. Now they put themselves in a position. So interesting to see how this will all change next week when all the projections come out.
A lot still to be decided. And Virginia would love to be one of those teams eligible. Now trailing by 1. Syracuse shooting extremely well. They've made 5 of their last 7 shots. Megan Tyrell with 4 of those goals.
And you also wonder if the goalie switch had to do anything with that. They put in Schweitzer in cage, and then Syracuse responded in different ways.
Well, she's yet to make a save, but you always make the point, Shannon, I'll give you credit. It's not always about the performance. Sometimes it's just that change of momentum.
You put someone in, the offense realizes we got to protect our goalie. We don't want them going down to score on them right away. The defense responds differently.
It's a 3-1 Syracuse run since Delaney Schweitzer has gone in. Weaving in, tied at 11. Ashley McGovern delivers again. Tied for the 7th time tonight.
A hotly contested match. It's survival for Virginia and Syracuse. They want to be one of the top teams in the nation and bring it back. The ACC championship trophy. beautiful job here. Schwab passes it in. She finds a striking McGovern. She passes that to where she is before she even gets there. Leads her with a beautiful play. Excellent finish for McGovern. Virginia's done an excellent job getting themselves to the middle of the field. So instead of taking that pass and running on a straight line and having the goalie line up with you, when you cut to the inside, it forces the goalie to have to move with you.
We've played more than 10 hours of lacrosse today here in South Bend over the course of 4 quarterfinals in our ACC championship. Tons of talent in each and every game, but it's been worth the wait. I think they've saved the best for last in our 4th quarter final. In our previous 3, all the winners separated themselves early and kind of hung on to the lead throughout. This has been back and forth, fun from the very start, and setting up for an extremely fun finish.
Great draw control win for Sarah Cooper.
Virginia, 12 shots on goal, 11 goals. Syracuse, 13 shots on goal, 11 goals. So 22 combined goals, only 3 combined saves.
It's interesting because we've had some of the games where the goalies have stood on their head. Paulina DeFata being one of them, breaking the ACC championship record for saves in a tournament. In just 2 games played, 37 saves. She played for Pitt. Was the real reason they won the first round game against Louisville. Pitt came up short against North Carolina, but limited that UNC offense to just 15 goals.
Ashley Vernon must have heard me, because what does she do? She makes a save. Not a great angle from Tyrell, although she scored from that exact angle against Boston College in the regular season finale.
That was a hard foul and shoving.
Yellow card.
Yep, reaching into the pocket for that cross check and extension of the arms. So this is going to be a 3rd yellow card for Syracuse. Watch the extension of the arms here. Yeah, that shove. The official, and that was right in the official's view. You take that, your extension of the arms, and push out like that, you're going to be sidelined. That's Maddie Baxter. She'll be out for up to 2 minutes. Syracuse has to understand they've gotten themselves into card trouble before. On the 4th yellow card, on their next team yellow card, this penalty becomes 2 minutes not releasable. So right now it's releasable on a Virginia score. We've seen Virginia, they've got the possession clock, the shot clock still in effect, 78 seconds.
They may take this down to 30. That's what they've done for most of the night, even a woman up.
And the reason why that 30 seconds is kind of the sweet spot for teams to start attacking is you can get a good shot off, and then if you miss it, you can run it out and then have plenty of time left to get into a second chance. Morgan Schwab, number 14's had 3 assists on the night. The ball, when it's been in her stick, she's either been able to score or dish it out.
Shot clock down to 30. Attack mode for Virginia. Extra player on the field, looking for the lead. McGovern spinning her way in, no angle. Rachel Clark, so clutch. The freshman scores her 5th goal of the night and cashes in on the woman up opportunity.
A little limbo action on the sideline. Rachel Clark has come to play. Love the passing on this offensive sequence for UVA. Working the ball around. Clark, she's been scoring from every angle on this field in many different ways. And Morgan Schwab with another assist on the evening. Excellent job utilizing that woman up opportunity. They weren't able to score in their last attempt.
Schwab's 4th assist. Clark 5 goals, 2 underclassmen on a huge stage here in the ACC tournament, making big plays. And that one gives Virginia back the lead by 1. Critical draw control win for the Cavaliers. They're going to try and cling to this 1-goal lead for the next 19 minutes. Earn NCAA eligibility and a spot in Sunday's semifinal.
It almost sounds like an eternity when you say that. This game, when it's going back and forth, 19 minutes.
I know. Easier said than done.
Yes, and it's been back and forth. What UVA doing on the offense, just holding possession, working it around, is very frustrating if you're on the Syracuse side of the ball on their offensive end. You want the ball back in your stick. You want to stop defensively.
McGovern went into 3 Syracuse defenders and drew the foul.
Going through traffic there proved beneficial. She's able to draw that foul because the check into the body.
All ACC first teamer. The only one for Virginia this season. Steps up. One-on-one with Delaney Schweitzer to give the Cavaliers a 2-goal advantage. Steps in, got it! Ashlyn McGovern with some high heat beats Delaney Schweitzer.
Critical score to get a 2-goal separation for UVA. What pressure. McGovern just steps up to the 8-meter. Look at Schweitzer's stance here. Her feet are really spread apart here. I think she thought she was possibly going low. She sticks it high. And that's what I think she wishes she could have had back. You watch the power, a couple quick steps right there.
Syracuse, 2 goalies, 13 goals allowed, only 1 save.
That's tough. That's not a good look right there. You can see.
And Kimber Hauer back in goal. So after that free position miss by Schweitzer, they've gone back to the starter, Kimber Hauer.
It's kind of, we've had like some deja vu with multiple games in this quarterfinal game. We saw Duke do some goalie pulls and back and forth.
I'm glad you remember, because they're all starting to run together now. 14 shots on goal for both teams.
And you make that goalie switch, though, even though it didn't necessarily help in that save department. Both have struggled getting the saves. Syracuse was able to get back on more of some runs offensively.
Huge draw control win for Aubrey Williams, who has a Virginia record for most draw controls in a season. That might be the biggest one of them all. Trying to finish this 3rd quarter strongly and take a lead into the 4th quarter.
And that is a big one. That was a hard check, and the 4th yellow card, and that goes to Megan Tyrell, who they need on this field right now. Crucial play. This becomes 2 minutes. It is not releasable, so Virginia can continue to score, and if the clock, it keeps on going, that full entire 2 minutes, they play a player down.
So I know Virginia's wanted to manage the tempo and play slow. This is one where you'd want to be aggressive, right? Because it's unreleasable. You could score as many goals as you want in these 2 minutes, and Megan Tyrell has to stay a woman down.
Yes, you keep going. You are in attack mode right now. But they've done a nice job managing the clock, too. So the last thing you want to do is shoot it and miss. So I think they work for the opportunity. But this is not a good thing because, as you said, if they continue to score, the clock keeps on going. And now Syracuse, each yellow card they get after this, it becomes an unreleasable penalty. That's something you need to be aware of as a team, that when you have 3 cards that you need to rein in the play. There was no reason you're in the middle of the field right there to do the extension of the arms. We've seen the officials call that. You've got to adjust right there. You got to be smarter with the fouls that you want to take. One of the best things coming out of this play is they take the best player off the field for Syracuse, and Megan Tyrell being sidelined. Great pick here. So whether it was in the game plan or not for Virginia, Syracuse comes up with the ball.
Bianca Chevry That could be the biggest cause turnover of the entire day here. And Syracuse trying to kill this woman up for Virginia.
And we're going to see a yellow card issued.
Wow.
On Virginia. So they're calling it both ways. Time for these teams to adjust. We've seen the cards flying.
So it'll be even strength now for 49 seconds, and then Syracuse will go woman up.
So watch, this is going to be on Mackenzie Hogue. And there, that swiping check there across the body. So both teams, the yellow cards are a warning to both teams to rein in the play right now. Another yellow card, or I think the official's reaching his pocket for something. Thought it was for another yellow card. Those hard whistles often mean anything. They're discussing something right now.
So the officials are conferring. The word we're getting is this will be a green card for continuing to play without the goggles being secured. So there'll be possession to Virginia. Kayla Traynor is livid. That is as upset as I've seen Kayla Traynor her entire career playing or coaching.
So Coach Traynor definitely not happy with that call. I think she's trying to say she didn't take her goggles off. They had to be knocked off somehow. So you don't usually see that call happen.
It's been an active card quarter. 4th yellow card of the quarter, plus 1 green card. 3 of those against Syracuse, 1 against Virginia.
This green card doesn't go into the card count with the yellow card, but it is a 1-minute releasable penalty.
Now the officials are taking their time, and it might be frustrating for us, but they want to get it right.
Yes.
And there has been a lot of confusion over the last couple of minutes. As it stands, each team still has a player surfing a yellow card. 21 more seconds, and then Syracuse will move woman up. We play on. 45 seconds left remaining in this 3rd quarter. Virginia trying to take a 2-goal lead into the 4th quarter. Another hard whistle.
Seems like a lot of talking going on.
Another yellow card.
A yellow card for the extension of the arm. So it looks like, oh, that was the extension of the arm. And I think actually there was a check into the body as well. So costly mistake.
So that's the 5th yellow card against Syracuse in this game. 4 of them have come in this quarter alone. And if you're having trouble keeping track of all the yellow cards at the end of this quarter, you're not alone.
You're not alone. Look at the 3-player sideline right now due to cards.
So 3 Syracuse players in the penalty box. 2 yellow cards and a green card. And then Virginia's still serving a yellow card as well.
And that's really, the players on the field right now need to understand the way the game is called. So they're calling those cross checks. It's time to adjust the play right there, now out there. We've seen the checks to the head, checks to the body. So I don't disagree with the cards that are being issued right now. The green card's still I'm a bit unclear with what happened with the goggles situation. I have to see a replay on that. But what a score here.
McGovern goes high heat again and blows it right past Kimber Hauer. A 3-goal lead for Virginia. So despite all the card chaos at the end of this third quarter. McGovern steps up and delivers.
What grace under pressure. She just delivers. Beautiful score. And again, pretty much the same exact placement of her last shot. And those yellow cards, they are still not released because of the score. Ashley McGovern with her 4th goal of the evening.
She scored 3 of the last 4 for Virginia. And the Cavaliers, as a team, on a 4-0 run at the end of this third quarter.
You know, the issuance of cards have really been the difference in this third quarter. Rachel Clark was able to put Virginia up 12-11 with a woman up goal. And then McGovern's been able to fire in too since then.
Syracuse needs to find their composure right now.
They definitely do right now. 5 yellow cards, 1 green card. They've got to rein in the play.
Well, they've got the ball. Can they hold it for the final 20 seconds and at least just get to the 4th quarter? No, Howard threw it away. And Virginia still a woman up because of the unreleasable yellow cards. Could look to score here. McGovern couldn't get the hands free. And Virginia will take a 3-goal lead into the 4th quarter. Cavaliers trying to pull the upset and earn NCAA eligibility and a spot in the ACC semifinals. Fun 4th quarter coming. Chaotic 3rd quarter here in South Bend. Syracuse commits 4 yellow cards and Virginia capitalizes.
Talk about capitalizing. They were cashing these in for goals. 3 straight woman up goals. You see Megan Carty, though, getting 1 for the Syracuse Orange. And Schwab here with the pass inside to McGovern. She has had an excellent day here and then rips another one from the 8-meter. But the 5 yellow cards for Syracuse have been the turning point in this game. Virginia scored 4 in a row. The last 3 have been woman up. You look at the game summary here. Rachel Clark, 5 goals, 1 assist. Megan Tyrell doing all she can, 4 goals, 1 assist. She was one of those yellow cards. They had her off the field for 2 minutes. 7 ties, 5 lead changes, but Virginia has ended this quarter with a 4-0 run.
Well, think about this. It was tied at 11. And then Syracuse commits 3 yellow cards. They all lead to woman-up goals for Virginia. That's the difference in this game right now.
And we've seen Syracuse suffer this through a lot of games throughout the course of the year. So it's not just necessarily this team, but they've gotten themselves into foul trouble, and they've got a full 15 minutes left. We can see that they can score very well, but they've got to change some of the aggressiveness now so they don't get into any more card trouble.
And Virginia will start this 4th quarter woman up for another 39 seconds because it's unreleasable. Julie Meyer's team 15 minutes away from NCAA eligibility and a spot in the ACC semifinals. Kayla Trainer's team trying to battle back. Down but certainly not out, trailing by 3 goals. Syracuse has won the draw control circle tonight, 16-12.
See an alternate possession on this. So Virginia is going to be awarded the ball. Officials couldn't see who was causing the infraction there, so it goes to alternate possession.
Woman up for the next 25 seconds and then finally back to even strength after all the chaos to end that 3rd quarter.
We've seen Virginia being very patient. 15 shots on goal for UVA, 14 being scored.
So it's funny, I was looking at the penalty clock wind down. That was Virginia's penalty still being served. So now the Cavaliers woman up for an additional 35 seconds before we are finally back to even strength. You almost forget that Virginia got a yellow card in there with the 3 that Syracuse picked up at the end of the third.
There was a lot of cards flying, and that's why it was really important for the teams to adjust. It was very clear the signals that the officials were trying to give, and yet we saw repeated yellow cards.
Back to even strength. 10 seconds to shoot. What a play! Morgan Schwab camping out on the doorstep with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Puts Virginia up by 4.
You can see the excitement. Virginia, this was a punch-for-punch game, and Virginia has caused some separation. Morgan Schwab has been phenomenal. Virginia is able to get 4 goals in a row, make that 5 in a row with this score. Schwab's been the assister and the scorer tonight. Beautiful job getting to the inside. 3 goals, 4 assists tonight for the sophomore.
What a performance from Julie Meyer's team with their backs against the wall, trailing in this game 11-10, knowing that they need to win to keep their season alive. They've scored 4-5 in a row. Does Syracuse have a response in them? This is the biggest lead for either team tonight. 4-goal advantage for Virginia. Syracuse wins the draw. Plenty of speed for Natalie Smith.
And plenty of time for Syracuse right now. They've gotten themselves into a 4-goal hole. But when they've had the ball in their offensive end, they've been efficient. It's just that Virginia has really dominated so many of the possessions and gone on a 5-goal run. Megan Tyrell has led the way, 4 goals and 1 assist. Emily Harris-Chuck has been clutch, 2 goals, 2 assists to her name. Looks like a little hidden ball trick possibly, yep.
Tyrell kept it, gives it off to Adamson for the goal.
Little deception for the win there for Syracuse. The good old hidden ball trick, and all you need to do is confuse the defense just a little bit. A fake flip behind the cage. Harris-Chuck acts like she has the ball, but she doesn't. She's cradling there off camera, but it's really Megan Tyrell. She dips it inside to Olivia Adamson, and she's able to get the score. Much needed score for Syracuse to try to regain some momentum.
First goal in 9.5 minutes for Syracuse comes from the freshman Olivia Adamson, who scored the first goal of the night. "27 combined goals, 4 combined saves."
Wild, wild. A lot of awesome goals that we've been seeing. Just look at the shots on goal. I mean, just really efficient, but you need your keepers to come up with some big time saves. And they, don't be mistaken, they know exactly how many saves they've had right now. So they're ready to make a big stop. But will that be the difference maker as we advance in this ACC tournament? The goalies. There's plenty of star power. We've talked about how much talent is on there, but if you can have a keeper that can steal away some of those shots, we've seen how close the games have been throughout the season. That can be all the difference.
We've played more than 10.5 hours of lacrosse today in South Bend. A loaded ACC women's lacrosse quarterfinal. The fourth semifinal spot coming down to Syracuse in Virginia. The Orange trailing by 3. Megan Tyrell trying to unlock the Cavaliers' defense. This is Harris-Chuck with a head of steam. Great save. Ashley Vernon denies Harris-Chuck her 4th stop of the night.
What a defensive stop for UVA.
Now, Virginia picked a good night to have their best performance of the season.
It's amazing when the pressure is on how these teams can respond.
We saw Notre Dame do it earlier, a 19-11 beatdown of Duke with their season on the line. Both Notre Dame and Virginia needed a win today to earn NCAA eligibility, and both have put together their best performance of the season when it's mattered most. Shot clock down to 30. That's usually when Virginia has sprung into attack mode tonight. They've killed 60 seconds of clock on seemingly every possession.
Scored in multitude of ways. They've been effective on the 8-meter. 7 of their 15 goals have been assisted.
Singing the corner, Kate Miller. Another freshman stepping up for Virginia, and it's a 4-goal lead for the Cavaliers.
Now this one starts with an awesome save on the other end. That's Emily Harris-Chuck. She rips it, and Vernon comes up with a big-time save, a Patience offensive set, and then you've got the freshman, all-ACC freshman Miller with the score, Braden Dial with the assist. Beautiful top corner. 22nd goal this season for the freshman.
Now, Julie Myers told us it can't just be on the shoulders of Rachel Clark and Ashley McGovern. Those two have certainly been terrific, 9 combined goals, but the supporting cast has stepped up in a big way for Virginia.
They have, and I think everyone moving off ball, we've talked about in some of the prior games tonight how sometimes an offense is struggle. There's some standing and watching, waiting for somebody else to step up. But this Virginia team, they came out on fire. They battled. They were able to create a lot of separation with the yellow cards being issued to Syracuse. 6 different goal scorer for this UVA team. Looks like they'll work the 2-man game right here.
Clearing out for Tyrell. Finds Harris-Chuck. Space. She'll make you pay. Emily Harris-Chuck pulls a goal back for Syracuse. The program's all-time leading scorer coming up clutch again.
That was a great set play for Syracuse. Trying to see if they could get the original 2-person game working. Instead, Harris-Chuck comes over from the far side, utilizes the pick, and gets a finish and score. You see the quick pump fake, and then she changes her level. She gets it up high, then shoots it down low with the fake up high, score low, makes it a 3-goal game.
60th goal of the season and a hat trick tonight. Trying to will this Syracuse team to the finish line. Syracuse has won the draw control battle 19-13, but trailing by 3. Plenty of time left, 9:30 to go.
Hard foul. Both these teams just need to be, they want to go after ground balls really hard, but you want to be careful not to foul, not to be overly aggressive and get a card.
What's been the best offense for Syracuse tonight?
I think just where they've worked off the picks, they've gotten some isolation plays, have worked really nicely. Megan Tyrell's had some great assists, Emily Harris-Chuck. But working together as a team, I think we saw a couple of that give-and-go offense that Kayla Trainer likes to call it. When they were working the flip passes and operating in different ways and getting wide open. What's really hurt Syracuse, they were battling punch for punch and scoring pretty much at will when they got possession. But the cards, the yellow cards, have really hurt them to allow Virginia to go on such a big scoring run.
4 goals in a row to end that third quarter. 3 of those on woman-up opportunities, and it's a 3-goal game. So those 3 woman-up goals is the difference. Weaving through traffic off the pipe. McGovern inches away from a 5th goal of the night. I think Virginia touched that last. Yep, it'll be Syracuse ball.
Jenny Markey with hustle play. We're seeing another yellow card being issued.
Leaf to the bench.
Trying to wait on confirmation what that yellow card was for.
Julie Myers still trying to get an explanation, so are we.
We're being told it's a yellow card to the Virginia team bench for misconduct. So not something that you usually see. So something must have happened when they were fighting for the ground ball, but it ends up being Syracuse possession. They're going to be a player up. This would be releasable for the Virginia team. They do not have 4 yellow cards yet as a team, but a great opportunity for Syracuse right now.
Carney tried to thread the needle. Ground ball kept in by Syracuse. Jenny Markey now being shoved out of bounds. It'll remain with the orange. Got to get those goggles on. We learned that in the third quarter.
We saw the green card being issued for playing without the goggles for Syracuse. There's still a woman up for another minute and 6 seconds. Another hidden ball trick. So Syracuse very deceptive with the flipping of the balls.
Carney couldn't finish it though, and Virginia will start the clear. An opportunity to kill this woman up opportunity for Syracuse. 6 minutes to go. Virginia trying to cling to this win, earn NCAA eligibility, and book the final spot in our ACC Sunday semifinals.
So Virginia happy to let this penalty expire. Wait to get back.
Syracuse, you're up a player. Why wouldn't you be pressing out trying to cause a turnover?
I think because you can easily score. We've seen Virginia score at will. Then it forces them to go to goal. But I kind of agree with you. They need the ball back right now. They're down by 3 goals, but you don't want to force Virginia to go in. So a fine line there. I like to be overly aggressive, but they also can't foul with all the yellow cards. So they need to make sure they rein it in.
Rachel Clark, she's amazing. Just a freshman. You wouldn't know by watching. Goal number 6 for Rachel Clark tonight.
This Virginia team has responded. Rachel Clark leading the way, taking it to Cage. She puts Virginia on top 17-13.
Buckle up for this finish. 5 minutes of change on the clock. Virginia, a 4-goal lead. Can the Cavaliers get this to the finish line, book a spot in the ACC semifinals, and earn NCAA eligibility? Crazy that we had 2 teams come into the quarterfinals, both Notre Dame and Virginia, knowing that their season would end with a loss. A win would earn them a shot at the NCAA tournament. And they have both delivered masterclass performances.
It's been unbelievable. It's really, the pressure is on. You can feel the energy and excitement. We're in the postseason now. See the rain coming down, some weird weather that we've had today, a little bit of everything. This game has had a little bit of everything. Ties, lead changes, lots of yellow cards, plenty of action.
11 straight hours of lacrosse right here on ACC Network. The best talent in the country, the best conference in the country for this sport. And Syracuse, the 3rd-ranked team in the conference, the 3rd-ranked team in the country. They're in trouble right now, trailing by 4.
It's going to be a Syracuse draw control win. Going to call a hold on Virginia.
You have to have a sense of urgency here. 5 minutes to find 4 goals. Tyrell, 4 goals and 2 assists tonight.
Great stick check. Kiki Shaw comes up big. Stick was in the passing lane, disrupted that. Virginia is off to the races. But they're going to opt to slow it down, get everyone down to their offensive end. Look at the scoring run, 7-2 scoring run for Virginia.
That goes back to the end of the 3rd quarter. Virginia nosed in front with 3 straight woman-up goals, and they have not let that lead up. 4 minutes away now.
That was a difference maker. The game tied at 11-11. Virginia goes a player up, and Rachel Clark takes the score. Syracuse with 5 yellow cards, UVA with 2. Gonna call it block.
Is the call. That could have gone either way.
Virginia extremely effective on the 8 meters. It looks like maybe a knee got in the way there. You can't use your knee to impede someone's progress. Officials getting everyone in their proper positioning.
Kimber Hauer, only one save today, trying to come up clutch. Well, the shot hit Chevery.
We're going to take another look at this. So she's in the crease area from behind the cage. The shot does hit her, but she's inside the crease area when the ball hits her, and she shouldn't be in there. So that's a tough call for the officials to make. As an attacker, you're in charge of where the ball goes, but you can't help if somebody's in the crease area there. But they're going to give the ball back to Syracuse, but no card. Interesting call, one you don't see happen very much there, but because she was in the crease area, that's basically free reign for you to be shooting. You shouldn't be inside the crease. So dangerous possession, but Syracuse will get the ball back.
Kayla Trainer does have 3 timeouts. She elects to use her first here. Her team's back against the wall, needing 4 goals in the final 3 minutes and 12 seconds to force overtime. As it stands, Virginia would earn NCAA eligibility. They would earn an RPI top 12 win, their first of the season. Their RPI would easily jump into the top 20. I think they'd be in with a win.
I mean, this is a big win. A win over Syracuse is a marquee win. You see the RPI win Stanford and Richmond, but a win would bump up the RPI. They've already got a great strength of schedule.
And you get a chance against Boston College on Sunday for another quality win.
Very true. And that only helps your schedule. Even just to play a team like Boston College helps your RPI go up. So
I think that strength of schedule, number 3 in the country, that's going to break some ties.
That does break some ties. And I think when you put their resume up and you look at the losses, they don't really have any bad losses. Maryland, who's one of the top teams in the country, they lost to them. Princeton, who's done a great job in the Ivy League. BC, Notre Dame lost, and that Notre Dame loss is not as bad as it once was with their win over Duke. They'd avenged the Syracuse loss that they had. They're making a case for themselves, but what they want to do is just put them in a position that they can be selected, extend the season. You look at the non-conference losses there. Maryland, Princeton, James Madison, those are not any bad losses. But they have been playing an excellent lacrosse game tonight.
Kimber Hauer is out of her net. You know, Syracuse is on offense, obviously, but the goalie has been pulled for the Orange. Stays with the Orange, backed up by Adamson.
Good call for the official. That was shooting space. You can see UVA Nina Garfinkel actually ducking. She got in the path to cage. And that's the open net, is the Syracuse goal. But on the other end, Olivia Adamson is looking straight on at Ashley Vernon. They've been 1 for 3 on the night.
The freshman passes and Kearney scores. Syracuse cuts it to 3 with 2:43 to play.
What a score for Megan Kearney. Beautiful assisting play. Kearney does a great job. Quick fake, get to the inside. Beautiful feed here. And just look how Vernon has to move and just how Kearney's able to drop her stick, shoot it around her. 30th goal of the season for Megan Kearney. She's been limited in action over the last 7 games, playing two 2 of the last 7, missed 5. But back tonight in the lineup, and is moving really well out there tonight. 3 goals and 1 assist.
Rain continues to come down in South Bend as we hit 11 o'clock Eastern time. Been playing since noon on this quarterfinal Friday. 11 straight hours of lacrosse, the top conference in the country. The talent has delivered. This game not done yet. Syracuse down but not out. The Orange needs 3 goals in the final 2 minutes and 43 seconds. All starts with a draw control win. Leszewski gets it, and Kayla Trainer calls timeout. She's still got 1 more remaining after this. Kayla Trainer, one of the best in the country when she can get on that whiteboard and draw up a play as well.
Such a smart mind and really great timeout right there. Leszewski does a great job winning possession, but she was getting very close to the sideline there. It was about to be double teamed. They're down 3 with under 3 minutes to go, so they need to maintain possession of the ball, and it's got to be make it, take it, get possession again. If I'm Syracuse, I'm drawing up a play where the ball starts in either Megan Carney's stick or gets into Emily Harris-Chuck's stick, and they work together.
Let's listen in.
You guys got it? Over here with ball. Someone get back up. Let's go back up. And great team. Hey, as long as you went, you got the equal score, okay? So same thing. Let's go. Let's go. Hard hit. Hard hit.
So I think she's talking about doing picks. We've seen the picking game work for them. So it's going to be Megan Carney involved, Emily Harris-Chuck, and the players off ball all have to be ready in case there's a breakdown of play. So oftentimes the best laid plans turn into something different. But they've done a nice job with the flipping, some of the hidden ball tricks all game long. We're going to see right now the ball is going to start right on the sideline. And Jenny Markey is going to take possession of this ball. She's going to be quickly double teamed by Virginia. They do have to give her space. She's right on the sideline. So she's going to either need to split through them or revert backwards and try to get to more to the center of the field, but get it quickly on the offensive end. Look at the defensive players for Virginia. They're putting the pressure on right now on all the off-ball players, all matched up. Oh, slippage.
Well, the rain has started to come down. Scramble for the loose ball. Sam Swart came up with it for a moment, knocked away. And a timeout taken by Julie Myers in Virginia.
What a scramble there. Great timeout. You have to wait till you have possession of the ball.
So now each team with 1 timeout remaining. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Take another look at this mad scramble.
Bodies flying.
Swart has it right there and runs into her teammate.
And there's McGovern with it as well. And then she runs into her teammate. So bodies going everywhere. Virginia's able to get the timeout, though. And this is huge. They'll basically be restarted from the same place Syracuse did. And with the 3-goal lead, you know that Syracuse is going to put the pressure on now. I wouldn't be surprised if they start sending the double team. They're going to want to match up really tight off ball as well.
Virginia has shot tonight 17 of 26, 65%.
Unbelievable performance tonight for the Cavaliers. On the season coming in, they've been just shooting 45%. Syracuse just 1 save between the goalies. Virginia's got 5 saves to their name. Look at the surrounding players. So Syracuse putting it all stuff. Now there's a good chance right now, so you want to be careful. There's sticks up in the air, a quick pass out here. She can revert backwards though. Can roll it on the turf, send it backfield. There's no Syracuse players behind her.
Empty net.
Empty net too. This is a bit far to chuck it into the empty net, but I would revert, throw it downfield and let their goalie run for it. Smart.
I was about to say, somebody's got to be open.
Foul, they're gonna call the play back. And again, no certain area that Virginia needs to take this ball into. They can send it back to their keeper, utilize the whole field.
Garfinkel in trouble, runs out of it. Double team comes in. Virginia trying to keep composure. A 3-goal lead. NCAA eligibility on the line.
This is so tough as a defense, trying to get the ball back, sending the pressure. As Virginia just tries to play keep away right now with the 3-goal cushion. Shot clock still in effect, so that's down to about 20 seconds.
Hauer out of her cage, and Virginia ices it. Braden Dial. And the Cavaliers can start to feel it here in South Bend.
What a pass in the inside. Dial with the catch. Kiki Shaw takes it in, and look at that feed. And you see Howard come out of the cage. The presence here. Almost contested by Howard. Excellent score for Dial. 4-goal lead with just over a minute to go.
That should do it.
What a performance for this UVA team. Keeping their hopes alive. They will make it to the semifinals to match up against BC. So 2 upsets we've seen already in the quarterfinal game.
And what do they have in common?
Backs against the wall, trying to become eligible. Records that trying to make it above 500 or at 500 to end this season so they can be eligible for the NCAA tournament. Responding under pressure.
Both Virginia and Notre Dame earning NCAA eligibility with the quarterfinal wins. Still alive for that automatic bid.
And once you get that momentum as a team, they've been in a must-win situation. You can embrace that underdog mentality.
And the ACC, don't look now, could very well be a 6-bid league after everybody had written them off to say only the top 4 teams would make it. Virginia's got numbers. But they're gonna slow things down like they've done all night. They controlled the tempo of this game. A masterclass of a game plan from a Hall of Famer in Julie Myers. And her NCAA streak is likely going to be extended to 27 straight seasons. What a win for the Virginia Cavaliers.
Great team performance. Rachel Clark, the freshman, leading the way. 6 goals, 1 assist. An end-to-end effort, the energy on the bench, a complete team win, shocking the number 3 seed Syracuse.
And I know Sheehan won't want to give an opinion because you've dodged it all night, but this puts them in.
I think they're in a very good position. I just know how the conference tournament and how the rest of the landscape of Division I has been crazy. Just 14 at-large bids, but I think this is a quality win for UVA over Syracuse, and I think their resume, they are one of the best positioned bubble teams if they don't win the AQ.
Julie Myers showing she's still got it.
She does still have it. Masterful game plan. This Syracuse offense limited to 14 goals, so high-powered. Megan Tyrell and Emily Harris-Chuck tried all they could. Megan Carney as well.
So 4 teams left. We started with 9 on Wednesday here in South Bend. The semifinals on Sunday starts 1 Eastern time. Number 1, North Carolina, the last undefeated team in the country, taking on the hosts here, Notre Dame. And then Boston College against the underdogs, Virginia.
Unbelievable matchup. Maybe not the 4 teams that we thought it would be, but dominant victories, and the underdogs prevailed.
11 hours of amazing lacrosse. Thank you for watching with us on ACC Network. For our terrific crew, Sheehan Stanwyck, Birch, Dana Boyle, I'm Jay Alter saying so long from South Bend.